Hello, internets.
Oh, hello, you.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the TGS livecast. Or is it just TGS Live?
Yeah, TGS Live.
TGS Live. Welcome to TGS Live. It's episode 2.
And I'm here.
And I'm John Brown. He's Keith Souch. So Haskell.
Cool. I've got to say my own name now.
You have, I know. Because now
It's John's confusing you. It's different makeup of the way we do things.
This is what it is.
I like to keep you all on your toes.
Yeah.
We have faces to put to names. I bet you wished we went back to audio now, don't you? Yeah, oh yeah. So, how are we, team?
Yeah, we're alright.
What's the haps?
We went bowling.
You went bowling? Was that fun?
We've realised that I'm actually the worst bowler in the history of the world.
Which is interesting, because your partner is probably one of the best bowlers I know.
I found my groove eventually.
You did. And I found mine in the last 2 frames and did really well.
Needed a practice game first, didn't we, really?
Yeah.
And then we could have bowled properly.
I was being beaten by like 8-year-olds.
But we went to what was Bowlplex, is now Hollywood Bowl.
And it's awesome.
And it's really nice in there now.
Gunwolf?
Yeah, in Gunwolf and
Okay.
Portsmouth. It's really nice in there. Go check it out. It's no longer the fucking dive bar trying to be a nightclub with bowling alley in it.
No.
Good.
Hollywood Bowl, isn't it?
It's an actual bowlplex.
Yeah,
Well,
they've
but
got
not
like
bowling.
film pictures
Yeah.
around the walls, and it's like an American diner and things like that.
I love that.
Yeah, they got rid of the snooker tables, and it's like a big arcade and all the rest of it. It looks like a bowling alley,
Excellent.
which is nice.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should
Yeah,
be. I've been
definitely.
bowling for ages. You've given me the bug now. I think I might go and do that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, well, let's go do that then.
Yeah, so we did that, and what else? So it's free game time again.
It's free game time!
So today on Xbox Live, there were 2 free games.
Yep.
Which were Grow Up, which used
that
to be
request or
it used to
game?
be a PlayStation exclusive. Obviously, it was a time exclusive, so now it's available on the Xbox as well. I think they've just got Grow Up 2 on PlayStation, or it's about to come.
Okay.
Soon. And the other
what
one
he
was
said.
Kane and Lynch Dog Days,
Oh,
which is a game that we really love.
I love Kane and Lynch. Both games are amazing.
But the second one was truly fantastic.
There was going to be a
Brilliant.
movie, wasn't there?
There was. It was
I've
going to be
never
Jamie
heard
Foxx
of it.
and
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
That would have been
Should have
amazing.
been Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton. That would have been like the best
That would have been a good
casting
team.
of that.
I don't know what happened to that. What happened to it, Hollywood?
They probably thought, oh look, another computer game movie. This will probably end up being shit. So why don't we just not make it?
Or that.
Yeah,
That works just as well.
we'll do a 16th Die Hard instead.
65th. Die Hard. Is that his
Something
age or
along
the
those
number
lines.
of films I'm confused?
0 is the amount of fucks I give about that franchise anymore. Like, please stop doing it. Like,
No more.
and then later on in the month for PlayStation on the 16th, there'll be a game that I can't remember the name of. It looks
Ooh,
like
that one sounds
Speedrunners.
really good then.
No, it was something like Ramblo or Rambo or
That sounds like a
Runbo.
porn-
That was it, Runbo.
That sounds like a porn version of Rambo.
It was Runbo.
Ramblo.
So I don't know what that is.
Ramblo.
Yeah. So that'll be later on in the month. And then on PlayStation, this is one of those times where the kismet of what we were talking about came into benefit for us.
Alright.
Sarah and I were trying to find a game to play together. And I said, why don't we get Until Dawn, like next month, which is basically just an interactive horror movie.
It is.
And we can play that next month. And then lo and behold, this Wednesday, it will be free on the PlayStation Network.
Check that out.
So, bonus for us.
That's what we'll be playing, so
Yeah.
we can give some feedback.
And they'll
on that
also be
next
doing
week.
the Telltale series of Game of Thrones as well. For free on the
For
PlayStation
free.
Network.
See, check that out. If you got a PS4,
Plus a bunch of other shit that no one really cares about for the Vita and the
Those are the
PS3.
important ones. Though,
PS4, you are lucky.
Yeah. So, that's, just
PS4 users.
pretty good showing from PlayStation this month. They've been a bit shit, while Xbox have been really, really good.
Consistently good.
But
actually, with
it's
games.
gone the other way.
So maybe they know that. Maybe they finally realised that they were putting out shit and no one was really playing them.
I mean, yes, it's great. Like, Kane Lynch is a good game, but it's a fucking old game.
I've
like,
never even heard of it.
You can
so-
pick it up for about £3-4.
Oh, they're amazing.
So basically, Xbox are giving you about maybe 30-40 quid's worth of games, which is still okay. That's respectable. But Sony have gone a little bit further this month with probably about 80 quid's worth of games.
Wow.
So,
There it is.
so if you've got your network and you've got your Xbox Live, grab them this week.
Yeah, grab all of them.
And
They're
the
free.
Xbox Ultimate Game Sale started yesterday.
Okay, so what's the deal with that?
Go get your free
Yeah.
games.
There, lots of games cheaper than they usually are. I'm checking out most of them though. You can probably pick up cheaper on Amazon. So, just because, unless you just want the digital copy, might do that. But generally, you can probably find most of them cheaper elsewhere. From me just looking about, like Ghost Recon. Wildlands was on there. I think it was like 35 quid, down from 50. But you can pick it up. You can pick it up for between 25 to 29, brand new on Amazon.
He found it though, didn't he?
Did he?
He found it. Yeah. I have an update on the Gene's Ghost Recon situation. He has found his copy of Ghost Recon. Has he put it in yet? I don't know.
Maybe we can get round to playing it.
But because he has found it, I kind of feel like the whole using that as a time. What word am I looking for?
Time frame.
Time frame is kind of old. So it's been
Instead,
changed.
The game was out in March. We're in July today.
Yeah, so now we have a new time frame.
It's how long it will take me to watch Jessica Jones.
Yeah, and how long it's been a
Is
few...
it John Brown, Jessica Jones long? To the point where
we've bought it
these
for him.
beautiful, beautiful people bought it for my birthday.
Not only is it a Marvel product, a product that he is obsessed with is Marvel. Right? So not only is it a Marvel product, it's the best Marvel TV series. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. You can tell me what you like, but it's the performance of like David Tennant's career.
Yeah.
Like,
I was never a fan of him until I saw that.
Like,
and now I'm a massive fan just because of...
In fact, everyone who's in it, even like Trinity for the Matrix, can't think of her name. What's her name?
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah, she's good in it. Very good in it.
Everyone's good. They're all solid performances. Yeah. The storyline's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
The whole thing's great.
If, like John, you haven't watched it...
We're going to watch it again in the next couple of weeks, actually. We've decided we're going to watch it again.
Yeah. Maybe we should...
Ready for Defenders. I bet we see it twice before John's seen it once.
Maybe, though, when we watch it again, we could kidnap you.
Oh, well, yeah.
And, depends. Tie you up and gag you.
If I'm in town, that's highly doable. I'm only over there.
We don't really need him to be tied and gagged. He'd enjoy it too much.
Yeah. Only if there's a cat involved.
But other than that,
run away!
Gaming again is quite a slow week. So you've got sales and you've got some freebies. I'm still playing Horizon Zero Dawn. It's still great. The first DLC for Zelda came out this week. So there's like new maps, new dungeons to explore, and some new outfits for that. That'll be the first of 2 DLCs.
Dungeons and outfits does not make me think of Zelda.
Yeah, saying it like that sounds...
Makes me think of that time in '98. Let's not go back to that.
Yeah. So that's available as well.
Just makes me think of gimp suits.
Gimp suits?
So generally gaming quite slow again, unfortunately.
Well, we are...
Which sucks for a gaming channel. You know?
We're a gaming channel there.
So we haven't really got anything to say this week.
And we just had E3 and now there's nothing.
You spent the week. You spend all week scouring the world for news.
I've tried. That's the best I can come up with.
So this week...
But free
I got gaming press pass. You know, this information is out there. There's just none of it. Nothing new anyway.
But free games. So, you know, on the flip, you got free games this week.
Go check them out.
So definitely check those out.
So as there's no gaming news...
Yes.
We thought, what can we do for a show?
Yeah, it does make it quite challenging.
So I was thinking, maybe John and Keith could give us a rendition of A Whole New World, maybe from Aladdin.
Yeah, no, that's just not going to happen.
No, because I know that he won't sing A Whole New World. He'll sing his remix of A Whole New World.
I've probably forgotten how that went, actually.
No, I haven't.
It was wrong.
Still paying the site bills.
It was so wrong.
I rewrote the whole song, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, you did.
I didn't just do it half-assed, I did the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We will find it out and
I'm pretty sure Ian must have a copy of that as well. I sent it to everyone.
Yeah, he was really
but
scared
if
by
Ian can't find his own copy of Ghost Recon, I'm sure he can't find those lyrics either.
That's true.
How we managed
Maybe
to
some
put
bagels,
one foot
though.
in front of the other, bless him.
Apparently he ate all the bagels and then found the Recon.
Okay.
So that's that. Yeah.
So we're not getting a rendition. So
no, we're not getting a rendition.
So what's been happening in the world of film?
In the world of film, Baby Driver has taken the world by storm.
I believe it's still sat at 100%.
It is. It's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Did you see that new poster? I've never seen so many 5-star reviews on a poster.
yeah, that like
says all it needs
Like
to
across
say,
all
man.
boards, from Time Out to Guardian, you know what I mean? It was like, wow.
Everybody is in
independent,
unison
all of them,
with
like
this.
just 5-star across the board.
It's beautifully perfect.
I mean, Del Toro was literally gushing, as were many other directors. Many other directors.
tweets, and I retweeted them all because I agreed with every word he said.
All these directors out there are going, this is just amazing. Like
It is.
It's the work they all wish they could do.
Edgar Wright paid attention when studying film because there's elements, like I said before, there's French Connection, Bullet, True Romance, Bonnie and Clyde, all this stuff.
As
and
Del
more.
Toro said, it's so great that he's come from a debacle of a situation to this, you know? And I'm hoping people will pay attention. Like,
Mark Kermode called it Car Land. I thought it was quite clever. Even though there's nobody breaking out into song, by the way, just because there's I had a couple of questions about this over the course of the week. Going, well, is it a musical? Well, it is and it isn't.
it's a musical in the same way as, like, Blues Brothers is a musical.
Yes, no
It
one
is and it
breaks
isn't.
into song or anything like that.
okay, so it's not really musical.
There's no
then.
flash mobs, and the story isn't told through people performing music, but music is the driving force behind the movie.
Nice wordplay there.
So yeah, baby drives the car, but the music drives baby.
Cool.
So that's but
really
it's
looking forward to it.
it's perfect in every possible way, and I can't say enough good things about it. It's so stylish and so innovative and original.
in every way, like Mary Poppins.
Isn't it funny, these amazing, artsy, music-y driving movies seem to do really well every couple of years?
Yeah.
Like, because Drive, when that like hit, it's
There's
one
a
of those
lot-
ones.
It's got a drive feel as well.
It's one of those ones where I said this is not going to perform, but eventually this is going to perform.
A cult classic.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Baby Driver. It is an instant classic. It's a movie that
I
feels
thought
like
Drive was
it's gonna
crap.
do the box office it deserves.
I hope it does.
It's stuck between Transformers and Spider-Man, so that's not happening, right? It's an unfortunate release date.
It was originally penned for August, wasn't it? Actually?
Yeah, and probably
Middle of
August probably would have been a better time. But at the moment, you've just penned it through two of the year's biggest box office. Even though Transformers isn't doing the box office they were expecting, it's still doing major bank. It's doing major bank in comparison to a lot of movies.
Yeah, and that's the problem, because that means people will go, oh, we should make more of these.
So, like,
No,
Baby Driver's going to be one of those ones that everybody ends up owning, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Baby Driver is that movie that 10, 15 years from now, you're going to walk into somebody's bedroom and it's going to be in a frame, a poster on a frame on their wall.
Yeah, it'll be a vinyl in their like
Collection.
music collection or CD or whatever. You know, people will buy this.
Almost kind of like how like Pulp Fiction, because that was
Yeah,
quite a lot.
very
of that
much
was,
so.
Yeah.
was
Very
kind
much
of a
so.
lot about
I-
the music without people.
So
bursting
we have a
into
copy
it.
of the soundtrack to Baby Driver, but because we still haven't seen it yet, I refuse
We're
to
not gonna-
listen
yeah.
to the soundtrack.
And quite rightly so, because the music is an influence in telling the story, and I think it's as important as the script. At the end of the day, the songs that are on that soundtrack were what inspired Edgar to write the script. He had the soundtrack in place before he had the movie.
So I haven't even
in
looked
place.
at the list. I've seen the front cover and then put it away, and that's it. I
But
refuse to look
it's
at
a
the back
double-
cover or anything.
It's a double album. The movie runs at, 2, and the soundtrack runs at 1:48. So that tells you how much music is in this movie.
Yeah.
I am
Just
looking forward to it.
outstanding and incredible and brilliant and wonderful and marvellous. And I can't say enough good things.
So Spider-Man is hitting the reviews at the moment as well, and
It
is
is
doing well.
It is. It opens
Is anyone
on
surprised though?
Wednesday here in the UK, Friday if you live in the States. Haven't seen it yet. I will get back to you.
I'd love to say that no one is surprised, but I'm sure there are a few people that are. After the last 3 Spider-Man movies,
Yeah, but this has just come from a whole.
I know it's Marvel
different-
actually doing their own character this
Yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
it's
The-
involved in the universe that generally has been good, but still there was trepidation that this could
Yeah,
be
I
bollocks
guess.
because they've made it bollocks in the past, and Sony still have a hand in, even though maybe
Yeah,
not
but
creatively, but they're
they
still there.
are-
They could still say, well, we don't want that to happen, or we don't.
Yeah, but
because
they're
that's the way the
doing
deal
it-
works.
They're doing it almost from an Avengers point of view.
Entirely so, actually.
So the fact that all the Avengers films have been great,
yeah.
so they're not going to fail.
But
Yeah,
we-
he's part
with
of that
another
universe.
one.
Well,
Yeah.
most of them have been great. We've had Iron Man 3 and Dark
Iron Man
World.
3
Okay, no,
exists.
but they're still
Yeah.
okay,
Or Dark World,
they're
yeah.
still watchable then.
Yeah,
They're not completely dire.
no. But so I'm pleased it is what Spider-Man should have always been. And
Tom
the
Holland.
reports are Michael
just-
Keaton is the best Spider-Man villain since Alfred Molina in Spider-Man 2. So
And-
that's good.
And that this movie is the best movie since Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, which in my opinion is the greatest Spider-Man movie.
I
Yeah.
just really hope that after this film comes out and it's been done, there is never, ever, ever in the history of the world another Spider-Man film that starts from the beginning.
This one doesn't either.
Kind of, because how many times have we seen that?
Yeah, it's kind of an origin without an origin, this one, isn't it? Yeah, they you know,
he's not involved.
They'll hit points, but they won't ever put it across as apparently the way it's going to be done.
Yeah, there'll be, I guess, references, but they do away with it. And to the point where in Civil War it actually was an in-joke, wasn't it? Where he started to tell his story and Downey Jr. kind of fobbed him off and went, yeah, never mind that. And,
yeah.
Because we've seen it so many times and no one accepts. We all know.
We know Superman came from Krypton and is a allegory for Moses. We know that Batman's parents died in an alley. We know that, like, Peter Parker is possibly responsible for the death of his uncle, and with great power comes great responsibility. Like, everyone knows that,
even if you're not into it.
People know that
knows
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
So we don't need to keep seeing it over and over.
I think the line gets used finally again, because there was this weird thing, wasn't there, with a couple of Spider-Man movies where
they danced around it.
Where they danced around it, so we can't say.
It made it more awkward and obvious than just saying the line.
I sat in a screening of the
There's
first
nothing wrong with saying an
Spider-Man.
iconic line.
I sat in a screening of the first Amazing Spider-Man with this guy, and Martin Sheen delivers that wonderful monologue, and he shouts out in the middle of the theatre, "Just fucking say it!"
Yeah.
And that's what everyone was thinking.
Yeah. Like every Star Wars episode, be it on TV, be it in film, and all the rest of it, at some point say, I've got a bad feeling about this. Every single one, doesn't matter if it's like all, I don't know, nearly 100 episodes of Clone Wars.
And including other Lucasfilm properties. Doesn't Indy say
75 episodes of Rebels, they all say it. They all say it.
Doesn't Indy say
There's
it?
nothing wrong with saying an iconic line.
Crystal
Nothing.
Skull. As an
Half the time that makes the film.
Half the time
because
it's what
you
people expect.
It's a nice little it's a nice little reference.
And just to prick tease it like they did in Amazing Spider-Man, it was awful.
Tom Holland was in Showbiz News today, actually. Apparently at the premiere in LA the other night, he said that he likes to think that the morals of Spidey's mighty motto, he likes to live by that. With great power comes great responsibility, and he said he feels that way with this character. So hopefully this means he'll say it in the movie.
Majority of the guys in
I
think the majority of the guys in the Marvel universe do, like Chris Pratt and Chris Evans and Downey Jr. and all of these guys going out in costume to hospitals, taking the responsibility of their character and making children's lives better. Like
Robert Downey Jr. especially, because this Iron Man saved that guy, like in so many ways, and
now he's kind of
he saves everybody else.
Yeah.
In so many ways. He is both real life superhero and on screen superhero. I think
this Spider-Man: Homecoming has the potential to take all of the monies.
I think so, because
all of the
monies.
We're going through. It's nice because we went through this period of Transformers where everybody just hated it. There was all this negative energy about everybody hated it. It is terrible, but then
people have hated the last 3 Transformers, yet the box office has not reflected that at all.
Baby Driver, everybody loved it, and Spider-Man: Homecoming so far, everybody loved it. So I think that's great. We're getting two really strong films in a row. Sony are going to have a good summer.
I just think generally you give the majority of the cinema-going public a chance to choose between 2 movies. They're going to choose Spider-Man.
I'd like to think they would, because Spidey is
and
such
that's
an
unfortunate. But
character.
I'm saying that's unfortunate to Baby Driver.
It is, but I like, and I'll agree in that so many people know about Baby Driver. Baby Driver's got mad hype right now. It's got crazy hype. And even still, I'm still finding myself talking to people. I think it's mistitled. The funny thing, actually, a point of discussion, I think it's mistitled. Because the amount of people that I've had to explain what Baby Driver is to, and then they go, that sounds like a movie I'd really watch. And I was like, well, you're not going to watch it before.
No, I really like the title.
Yeah, maybe that's going to be...
I really like the title.
I do, but let's say...
The title reminds me of those really cool... weird films you got in the late 90s, you know, all the Film 4
like
stuff and all the rest of it.
Film.
Yeah, but if you just, you know, cinema going public, you just like going to see a movie. There are quite a few people that I've said, "Oh, Baby Driver," and they're like, "Yeah, what's the deal with that?" And I explain what it is, and they go, "Oh my god, I need to see this movie." I'm like, "Yes, you do."
Yeah.
But it was almost like the title.
This is why we're talking about it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So if anybody, when it does come out, goes to see it, what's the release date of it?
It's out now.
Oh,
Open this weekend.
I'm just behind. So if anyone's seen it, let us know, and let us know what you thought
do you
about
agree?
Because it would be great to get some feedback.
Yeah, as I say though, we're days away from Spider-Man: Homecoming. So,
And if you go and see that, let
like,
us know what you
it's
think of
just an unfortunate timing. It seems weird. It's like Sony are allergic to money.
Well, here's the thing. I think Sony themselves are going to do well, whichever way they go, because they've got Baby Driver.
The problem is people just don't take Edgar Wright seriously.
Edgar Wright.
They don't. Like,
and a lot of people probably
and that
don't
might
know
be
him.
that might be a rod he's made for his own back with his irreverent comedies, which are far cleverer than people understand. The fact that like Nick Frost gives the entire script away, beat for beat, in the beginning of Shaun of the Dead, and then he describes exactly what's going to happen through that entire movie, and people don't notice he did it. Edgar Wright is genius.
He is genius.
You watch it again. Watch Shaun of the Dead again, because anyway you should. And that beginning monologue where
they're in the pub.
we're in the pub, and Ed's saying what they should be doing for the following day's plan. Exactly what he says is what happens throughout the entire movie. Just doesn't use the word zombie. So,
Yeah.
But they're not using that word.
Is it Edgar Wright?
And maybe this is it. Maybe it's
innovator.
just kind of some of the stuff. It just goes over people's heads, so that they. When people watch a film, a lot of the time they want to just sit down and watch and not have to think.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that his stuff is layered. I like the
Yeah.
fact that Hot Fuzz is what would Lethal Weapon be like if it was in Britain. But it's also quite a nice homage to The Wicker Man.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I'm the only person
And
that likes that film.
all
aren't
of
I?
no, you're the only person that likes the new film. The original film, a lot of us like that movie.
I'm just gonna hold my head.
A lot of us like the proper Wicker Man. The Wicker Man was, oh no, the bees, they're in my eyes, the bees.
Are there no
because
bees in the original then?
well, there are bees, but
Bees!
but at no point does
I don't know
anybody
what that
need
was.
to
It wasn't
explain
Nicolas
what's
Cage.
going on screen to the
okay.
camera. Look what's happening now. There are bees on my face. Bees, look, bees.
This is my problem with Transformers. It has to
What,
keep
Nicolas
explaining.
Cage isn't explaining the
No.
bees.
Do you know what? This just fucking Nicolas Cage should be in Transformers.
Yeah, why not?
Because why
Just
not?
chuck him in there.
Yeah.
Just let him go mad.
Yeah.
He can just name all the Transformers he can remember, like he was doing the alphabet. Yeah,
Oh dear.
he could do that. But Nicolas Cage is capable. I think he should be in more comedies. Like
He's a very funny man.
Take Kick-Ass, right?
Maybe he's not
Perfect.
trying to be funny.
Him
though.
doing the homage to Adam West was his decision. He decided to do that voice. Like, Matthew Vaughn had no idea he was going to do it. Stopped and went, "Oh my God, that's genius!" and just let him continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You give Nicolas Cage enough reign when you need to, but at some point, people need to pull him back in.
Yeah, it's very important to point out that it's not that we dislike him. He's brilliant in the right place.
I love Nicolas Cage.
He's brilliant
yeah.
in the right place.
Yeah.
I think so. In the right movie, he's absolutely gold.
Oh, stuff like Leaving Las Vegas, like his Over the Top is perfect. You know.
I still like Wicker Man. Anyway.
No, not New Wicker Man.
What are you talking
Old
about?
Wicker Man is.
Jesus Christ.
New Wicker Man is
If Marcus is watching this, he's screaming at the screen.
screaming.
I'm sorry, Marcus.
Sacrilege, he shouts. Sacrilege. Yeah, I think, and the thing with Transformers is it's very overcomplicated, and the thing with Baby Driver is it's not complicated at all, and it's a very well told story, and his characters are all fleshed out properly, and it's got a narrative, it's got a beginning, middle, end. I understand exactly what's going on at all times, and I care about every single.
It's a
person,
70s
good
chase
or bad.
movie.
It is.
Set today.
It is.
That's
It's
what
his
it
love
is.
letter 70s chase movies. Is exactly what it is, and I think he's an innovator. I think he's a genius. I
Stuff
think he's a
like-
man that's
stuff like-
he's a craftsman.
Vanishing Point and Bullet and like Driver and all of these things. It's a love letter to all of these things. Which everything that Edgar Wright does is a love letter to cinema or TV that he loved as a
Yeah.
child or
And
video games. You know,
And at no point did he go, "I'll just remake The French Connection." No, he didn't opt for a remake. He went for something that was completely his own.
Yeah.
And I like that. And that's what I love. He took the innovation to go and the original thought process to go, "I want to make my 70s car movie."
Yeah.
Rather than let's do a remake.
Hopefully it will get people.
I think it will. I think he's right. I think over time.
I think
it
come
will.
award season it'll do really, really well.
I
I
hope
think
so.
it'll be one of those ones that we're not expecting to do well awards wise, but I think it's gonna.
I remember being on the way to the screening, and I actually said to Lily, "Do you know what? This has got a Pulp Fiction vibe about it."
Yeah.
That's before I saw it. And
in
the terms of cult status,
I have no doubt it will clean up at the BAFTAs. Because generally they've always got to pick that one British film that cleans up at the BAFTAs, which no one else is even looking at. So it'll probably do well. It'll probably do quite well in the Golden Globes. Whether or not the fucking Academy will actually paying attention to it will remain to be seen. Because generally they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, actually,
Didn't they give all like the Oscars to La La Land?
Incorrectly.
No, incorrectly. They then at the 11th hour, they got the best picture mixed up, and actually it was Moonlight.
Yeah, that shows how much they know what they're doing. So, yeah.
See, I like La La Land and I like Moonlight, so I was okay.
We won't get into that. We've had that argument before.
Okay
we think La La Land is fucking overrated shit, and John likes it.
I really like it.
Each to their own.
I think it's stunning. Yeah. Standing by that. But anywho, and the Academy actually have this week have been in the news because they've, I think, added to their board or widened the board, and they've got new members.
I'm bored of their board.
To encourage more diversity.
I think we should take over their board.
I'm the chairman of the board.
To encourage more diversity.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't this because? No, I'm not actually not.
Yeah,
going to go into that because it'll get
we're not going there.
No.
We're not going there, but they are tackling and approaching and addressing concerns by the general public, the film going public, and the film industry to be more flexible with diversity. So that can only be a good thing.
Okay,
well,
so
I still think that I should take over.
Last week we told
you like New Wicker Man. No,
we told you all that Preacher was coming.
Oh yeah, how's that been going?
Since then we've got to watch the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Now Sarah wasn't as enamoured with the first season as I was. She didn't really understand what was going on and thought it was quite slow. But as I explained, it was made that way on purpose.
Yeah, it was a prequel.
So it would give them free reign to go ape shit.
Yeah, I just
and
thought...
ape shits they went.
I thought, right, when it was on, I didn't realise when it was starting, did I? And I thought it was just an advert for it that we were watching, or a trailer.
Yeah, because there was a car chase to Come On Eileen, and they're singing Come On Eileen in the car whilst they're being chased by the police.
And
it was
genius. Oh my god.
And then one of the weirdest, fucking most violent, bloody shootouts you've ever seen in your life happens.
Yeah.
And then they siphon the petrol from a police car using someone's entrails as a hose.
It is mental.
Oh, while this is going on, there's a vampire crawling under a car that's rolling, and he's trying to stay under it so he doesn't get into direct sunlight, and everyone's being shot to shit. And there's a policeman singing the song because he's been told to. That's. I'm not spoiling anything.
No.
This is
just the basics.
5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
episode 1 of
Preacher.
season 2.
If you were like me and thought season 1 was slow, boring, pretty crap, carry on.
If like me, you thought
Seriously,
season 1 was genius and like fantastic
season 1
and
is
touching.
setting you up.
Like,
it's just constant.
Keep going.
It's constantly.
I had the added advantage of knowing what was coming and knowing
Yeah,
what they were
and
referencing. I do
I've
admit
never watched-
that reading the
read,
comic
sorry.
books gave me a bit of a heads up on the first season.
Yeah, you
Like,
knew.
because I knew what they were doing
my
wasn't
head
in
was
the
like
first
that.
comic books,
You
and
knew
they were
actually
leading
knew.
towards it. And it was brilliant. I mean, they ended.
noise?
They
That was
ended.
my head blowing
They
up.
ended the first season on the last page, on the first page of the comic book. So it was basically just all leading into it.
It was amazing and funny and gruesome
Oh,
and
yeah, so good.
and serious and just everything.
We like
It
how
had
it started.
everything in there.
Yeah, and we were feeling down because American Gods had finished the week before.
Well, what are we gonna watch?
And then I was
fix
like,
that
oh,
problem?
here comes Preacher.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh great.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
starting again.
So I should finish season 1 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Twin Peaks happened this week.
What the fuck? Can I repeat that? What the fuck?
Right. There is David Lynch, yeah, one of the most prolific filmmakers of the last 20, 30 years. I mean, Oscar-winning work with The Elephant Man early in his career. It's always crazy to me to think that that's a David Lynch movie and it stars Anthony Hopkins, because that movie always looks and feels like it's so much older than it is.
Mm-hmm. And the
It
Marvel's
looks
John
like a
Hurt as
movie
well.
from the 50s, doesn't it? And
But-
but that's the genius of Lynch. And then you start getting into David Lynch where he's doing sort of like Wild at Heart and things like that. and he's
Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive, where he's doing some real freaky, off the wall stuff, but you can still try and understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to be a little
You
bit
still understand the
avant-garde.
plot.
No,
You can
avant-garde.
still, you can always tell the base
Abstract.
plot of it, although.
Yeah, okay,
You know,
abstract. thank you.
He's a surrealist,
Hmm.
right? And then you had Twin Peaks in the 90s, and that had a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
but again,
generally,
you still
could
understood
the main plot
Yes.
that was going through. And so far, I've kind of understood what's been going on.
I haven't got a fucking clue.
Right? It does feel like it's being dragged out a bit, and then episode 8 happens.
Understand
Episode
at all.
8 starts really, really well. It started with a organised, very civil prison break, and then
This is the face it made me
a
do.
betrayal, a shooting, a spirit appearing from the chest of a guy that was shot.
Yeah.
Which, if you know Twin Peaks, that kind of makes some sense. That's
yeah.
fine. That's perfectly fine. It was the image of Killer Bob. I'm not giving anything away
Yeah,
here
no
because we're talking
spoilers.
about a fucking series that's like 20 years old. So
So
shut
if you
up.
haven't watched it,
Right.
yeah.
It's just on you. It's 26 years old. Leave it alone. Killer Bob first appeared 26 years ago. So
Anyway.
spirit can come out of a chest. And then it goes to the nuclear testing. And I'm with it at this point, right? And I am
This
saying,
is the
at this point,
point.
I'm going to start
Hold on.
saying there's some spoilers coming.
Hold on.
I think.
Before you carry on, this is the point that I think David Lynch probably took every drug available to him.
I don't think the man needs drugs. I just think this is the episode he made
Because
when
what
no one
the
else was
fuck?
watching.
Yeah, he wasn't supervised.
no one, yeah, unsupervised.
I don't
Like-
understand it. It hurts my brain.
So it goes to the nuclear testing, right, in the desert, in America, right? And then from that, the evil entity
Just-
we are dealing with is born. And I kind of
Yeah.
get that, right? The biggest weapon of destruction ever bore the biggest evil in the world. And I'm with him on that.
I
I'm
was
still
confused. Keith had
kind
to
of
explain all
okay.
that to me.
Okay, makes sense.
Right.
And then we go back.
Then we're on the moon
We're on
in
the
a
moon,
in a
yes.
theatre
Yes.
with a giant
Mm-hmm.
and a woman, quite a big, heavy-set woman, and they're watching the evil happening
We're not
below.
lying.
So they get a globe that has Laura Palmer's face in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they send that through like one of those chutes, you know, that sucks the money through in banks, and then it disappears and it heads off to Earth. Right. So then it crash lands in Roswell, New Mexico. Well, it doesn't say Roswell. It's New Mexico
you
in
can
the right
imagine
in the
it's-
right time frame, but it's definitely New Mexico. And then this weird alien-esque type bug crawls out of it,
Yeah.
and then loads of ghosts of woodsmen
Just yeah.
like start appearing and running like and attacking people in cars and things. And then
I'm just reenacting it for it.
while this is going on, a girl's on a date. And I'm thinking she's possibly the ancestor of Laura Palmer.
What's funny about this is you two explaining it is almost as fucking tricky
Yeah,
as the actual
this is the whole episode. So yeah, there is spoilers. But honestly, so then, this alien type bug thing crawls out of the desert, finds its way to this girl, and then whilst this is going on, a woodsman goes into a radio station and starts chanting the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And this sends everybody to sleep, including this girl. And then the bug crawls in through a window, opens her mouth and crawls inside. And that was the end of that episode.
Now us explaining it,
I did it a lot quicker than he did it. It took him fucking an hour. It took me like
you're
5
probably
minutes.
thinking, okay, that you've explained it.
Yep.
Some weird stuff happened.
Yeah.
Sounds like 99
But-
to me.
I don't think, apart from maybe the first 1 or 2 minutes, there was no speech, was there?
No, there was no speech until
No
the end,
speech
until
at all.
until the woodsman start talking and the girl on the
Yeah.
date.
It's silent, apart from music.
Yeah. Oh, 9 Inch Nails are in there as well.
And they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Proper
are.
old school.
Go on, Trent.
Yeah, their new
Yeah.
track was very old school. It was very, very cool. Yeah.
But
So
apart from that, I
I-
was like, what the fuck?
So is Laura Palmer an alien? At this point,
I don't know.
is this an ancestor of Laura Palmer? Are they making sure Laura Palmer
discussion.
happens to battle to cause an event that will end up with Cooper battling against the evil entity?
If you've watched it, please explain it to me.
I think that's what it is.
Is
I
Keith right?
think that's what it is.
Or is David Lynch just thinking, I'm just going to fuck with everyone's head?
I really want Cooper back now. Like,
Yeah,
give us
I'm getting a
Agent
little bit
Cooper
annoyed
back.
now.
Let him have damn fine coffee, and be overly upbeat on everything, but an absolute genius agent. That's what we want. We want that back.
Yeah.
This is McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
I'm getting a bit with all this randomness. Randomness is good, but not when it's for a whole
I would like
Episode
them
after.
to get back to actual Twin Peaks now.
Yeah.
Like the actual city,
Give
the
us
actual
Twin
town.
Peaks.
Give us Twin Peaks back.
Fire Walk with Acid.
Jesus, man, this makes Firewalk with Me look like a fucking like a Disney movie. In comparison
Honestly,
for understanding.
you can't explain how odd it was.
So, best watch that then.
Yeah, having the whole thing
Don't-
pause and having David Bowie just walk across the fucking screen for no apparent reason wouldn't have made this any weirder. You know?
Warning though, if you are planning on watching it, I would probably refrain from doing any drugs before watching it.
Yeah.
I think that's sound
For
advice
sure.
in any part of life,
For sure.
to be honest.
Well, yeah, but definitely
Yeah.
before watching
This is the most
'cause you
surreal I've
will-
ever seen David Lynch, and that's fucking saying something. You know, it really
It's
is.
just madness.
Watching you two try and comprehend it was just as amusing as...
I thought my acting skills were quite good.
That's the thing, I was going to pull the vinyl out, see if you had
Yeah.
the dong dong.
That's
No, we don't, do we?
yeah, Julie Cruz falling.
Yeah,
Um,
I was going to get that involved.
yeah, no, it.
Then I
Still,
remembered publishing.
we shall see where it goes. We're going to
Darn.
stick with it. We've come this far.
But yeah, if you
But
watched it,
honestly-
let us know what you think. You might have watched it
Yeah.
and thought, wow.
There are probably
I
like
know
up themselves
exact-
wankers out there that think this is the greatest thing that's ever been on television. I'm telling
Probably,
you now.
but
Like,
if,
I
if
really
those
did try
pretentious
to
wankers
try
wanted
to-
it, I said it.
I really did try to justify it, and like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Did we even need?
Even Harley
what for
didn't
40
understand.
minutes, 40 minutes of that.
See, that's what it's done to you.
It has. It's messed with my brain.
You're
Yeah.
making your collector's sculpts talk.
Oh, I need to have a lie down
That
in
is
the
how
dark room now.
fucking messy that has made this.
And this week on TV as well, John Sim came back to Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yay!
So we're looking forward to the second part of that today.
That's the finale today, isn't it? The season finale today?
Is it the season
I
finale?
believe it is.
Oh.
I've
It's only
seen
11 episodes. That's weird.
I've seen many
That's-
trailers
that's
saying
gone
the
very
final
quickly.
episode.
That seems to have gone really quickly.
Because I saw a bit of a trailer and his hand started to glow.
Yeah, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen
Yeah,
no Nick
but-
from My Family yet, have we?
Yeah, but saying that, there's
BT
been a
advert,
few
man.
episodes where it's looked like he's about to regenerate.
Yeah, they
doesn't
prick
it?
teased
And
it a couple of
they've
times.
Prick teased.
Yeah.
So
An
is
industry
it
term.
going to
It is.
happen? And
It's
who-
because
yeah,
people knew it
who's-
was going to come, so they just prick teased
let
it.
us, and again, let us know if you think you know who the new Doctor's going to be.
It's going to be Nick from My Family.
Are you sure about this one?
Yeah.
Because do you remember then you looked it up and you were like, that picture was taken for something else.
It was taken on something else, but like there are reports that he's been there on set. He has
So
just
it
left.
hasn't been confirmed.
He's
then
left. He's
still.
left Death in Paradise, but Death in Paradise is continuing. He was the main star on that.
Okay, but just to, it hasn't
You
been.
don't.
Jules, though.
You don't leave.
But it hasn't been confirmed.
You don't. No, you don't leave a big successful show
Hugely successful for
to go to something lesser. The biggest thing on BBC is Doctor Who. It's their flagship
shall
show
See.
because
If you think
they
that
fired
maybe it's
Jeremy
gonna be someone
Clarkson.
else, let us know. He would be a cool Doctor.
yes.
Imagine that, Jeremy Clarkson as Doctor Who.
I still think the Gene Genie should
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard would be a great Doctor.
It's a good shout.
Yeah, there are several people I think would be a good Doctor. I like the I like the guy from Dirk Gently as well. Not Elijah Wood. The
The guy who
the
plays.
guy who plays Dirk Gently. I think he'd be a good Doctor. He's one of the History Boy Cold Knights.
I haven't seen that gently.
Have you not?
No.
You'd recognise his face. He's been in a few things.
Yeah, he's one
got
of
those
Corden's acting mates.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I say, the history boy Cordenites, as I
Sure.
like to call them.
Cordenites. That's good.
Cordenites.
Corden.
Dominic Cooper and all that. I bet
Yeah.
Corden would love that phrase. Cordenites.
Cordenites. There you go, James
tweet,
Corden.
Yeah, tweet it as well.
Cordenites.
Let's get it as a
Heard it here
thing.
first.
Yeah.
Some other bugger's going to tweet it.
Talking
now,
about James
before we
Corden,
finish.
though,
Yeah.
we have been watching the
Oh, League of Their Own.
League of Their
US
Own.
road trip.
The US, yeah.
Is that as funny as?
Oh, my
God, it's so
God.
funny. Did you not see the first season?
I
No.
was
Oh,
crying.
yeah. No, again.
It's hilarious. Like, not even hilarious. It's just actually wet your pants.
Hello, cats.
Oh dear. You have to move.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hi.
There we go.
Hi.
Technical error there.
No, she just wanted to be part.
Technical error of 4 legs and fur.
I hope we don't get like pulled down from YouTube for flashing pussy.
No, that. No, I should let people know. I'm just ignoring that comment. That is Sucks the cat. And
It is.
she is the SOC.
I sucks the cat too.
This is why we don't let John near her.
Yeah.
And she's the SOC
Come here, kitty.
mascot.
Come here.
He rapes cats.
No, I don't.
He loves them in a special
No,
way.
I don't. I love cats.
Don't let
I
any
love
cat near
pussies.
him.
The RSPCA have a big wanted poster of his face on the wall.
Oh, I love.
Wanted for molestering.
I love them.
He loves molestering the cats.
Cat buggery.
Yeah, so
Mockery.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, as he hasn't appeared like as any random characters yet, it's going to be. I can't even think of the guy's name, but he's Nick from My Family, the guy that did the BT adverts.
Chris? No.
It is Chris something. Chris
something.
Marshall.
Chris Marshall.
Chris
There we
Marshall.
go. Got there in the
he
end.
is.
Yeah, Chris Marshall.
Yay.
Generally, I think he's a good choice.
I think he could be. He's a bit like
The
quirky.
BBC like him.
He's a bit quirky. He's a bit nerdy.
He's done a lot
Yeah.
of stuff with them over the years. You know, yeah, he is a bit quirky, bit nerdy, bit cool without being cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think he is a good choice, and he's sort of he's going cause if they're going back younger again. I think they're trying to
And if you've
capture that new audience again.
if you've seen that, what was it? Funeral. What was it?
Death
Death at a Funeral. You've seen the proper Death at a Funeral, the British one,
Not the American.
the one with
Oh,
Nick
both-
Marshall and Alan Tudyk in it.
They both make
Like
me laugh.
fucking, it's just yeah,
It's
some
so
of the
funny.
some of the funniest British comedy in a long time.
Yeah,
So
another one to
I think
watch.
he's a good guy. I think he'll do well. I'm pretty sure we'll find out tonight. Hopefully, maybe might not find out till
Maybe
Christmas.
you will see him this night.
It might not be
But-
till Christmas.
Maybe.
But I say we were watching A League of Their Own US thing, and there's only been a few episodes so far, hasn't there?
3 of 4.
Yeah, and they're hilarious.
So there's been 4 on TV. We've seen 3 of them.
Yeah, and then we were looking for other stuff to watch because there are only a few episodes.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
we came across Russell Howard and his mum.
touring the USA.
Oh, I heard a lot of good things about this.
His mum, like, he's told stories about his mum.
And
For years,
I
eh?
always thought, right,
Like
he's
his mum
milking
being
it a bit.
outside, like his first big live venue, lifting her skirt up, pointing up there, and saying, "This is where the magic comes from." And he always thinks that's even funnier because no one knew who she was. So for them, she was just some crazy woman, like pointing at her chuff, like shouting, "This is where magic comes from."
But
She's just as mad as he says.
she's like that, yeah.
Like-
Yeah, she is certifiably crazy.
She's either a comedy genius or the most accident prone when it comes to innuendo
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
but they're brilliant together. But I did say they've got the kind of relationship that probably a lot of his girlfriends would hate.
They probably find it very uncomfortable.
Yeah, because they are very close.
I've
But
seen 1 or 2 clips.
And they can literally say anything to each other.
Yeah,
Imagine the stuff you would
anything.
never say to your mum.
he says it.
Yeah, and she's fine with it, and she'll say that sort of stuff back. Like,
It's
like,
genius.
is he having a nervous wank?
Or telling him he has to have a nervous
Oh, yeah, telling him
wank.
if he was in the basement, he'd have to have a nervous wank. It's not the sort of thing that you talk to your mum about.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
So both
Wow.
both of those
In some
you need to
countries.
check out.
Yeah. It is very good.
It's good TV.
Yeah.
there's
I
some
haven't seen
good-
any TV. See, I need to,
Again, fucking slow because
I need you guys
it's
to
the
rely
summer.
on
The
for
summer
that
is
thing.
about what? I don't understand why there's not more TV in the summer. There's no big
It's-
sports events over here, is there?
We've got
The
Wimbledon.
football finishes.
I need you guys to get this
Wimbledon.
information from because I spend my entire week in a movie theatre, so I know nothing outside of that universe.
You know why nothing's on over the summer, though, don't you?
Why?
Because it's all nice and hot and lovely outside.
No, it's not. It's Britain.
And people will be outside and they're not going to be watching TV.
Oh, no.
No, that's never been a thing. We've had years where there's been
I tried
lots,
BBC.
regardless.
I wish BBC would try. That's what I'm saying.
That's a very good point.
Right. Literally, other than
Hey.
Doctor, there's nothing I want to watch on there. Oh,
Hey.
I enjoy Mock the Week.
That's funny. I do
Not the
enjoy
week is
that.
funny.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
It's funny.
So 2 programs currently on that I enjoy. Out of how many hours of television across 4 channels?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That's a lot.
Madness.
Anywho,
Out of that, I like an hour and 15 minutes of TV. How crazy is that? And I can't be the only one that's like that.
and they make you pay
I'm
for
like
that.
it.
They make you.
Yeah, it's craziness.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about
Say-
Despicable Me.
Oh, did we not?
Despicable Me.
There's another Despicable Me.
There we go. We've talked
We
about it.
talked about that.
It's called Despicable Me 3.
Yes.
Like, it is
I'm
good.
surprised they didn't just call it Despicable 3 because that's just the way you do shit, isn't it?
In the poster, is it M with a 3?
It's DM3.
So, yeah, they have called it that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, no. In the titles, actually, for the movie, the E turns around and it says, yeah.
Such a fucking obvious trope.
Yeah.
And as I
So,
said last
have you
week, I
seen it then?
said last week that the twin would end up.
Oh yeah, no. We need to follow this up
Yeah,
because you
I said the twin would end up kind of being fucking not what he was making out. Because
Okay.
that's what they do in movies. They have a twin played by the same character, and he's not quite what he's making.
No, he sells himself as the brother that did better than Gru, and he's rich and powerful and successful because he's taken on the family pig farming business.
By the way, this is the twin brother
Oh.
they never ever mentioned when they did the flashbacks of Gru as a child. Over 3 movies because you see Gru as a
There's a
child.
reason. That's
You see
explained.
Gru as a child
They
in
explain
Minions.
it.
They explain it. It's explained.
It takes explaining because they never exist before. That's my point.
Yeah, no, they explain.
But at least they do explain it.
Julie Andrews plays his mum, which is cool.
Oh, I love her.
And then, yeah, basically it turns out that actually once they're together and they're alone, and Kristen Wiig plays his Gru's wife now, and the kids have all gone off to play, they go, actually, I've got you here because I want to take over Dad's villainy business! And then it's up to Gru to kind of actually convince him that villainy is not the best play, because it didn't work out that well for him in the end. So.
And am I right in saying that Trey Parker does
Trey
the
Parker
voice?
steals this film.
Yeah.
She does.
He is the villain, and he's entirely there for us, the adults in the audience, because he's an 80s throwback, which is trapped in the 80s. Everything he does, his look, the way he speaks, all of his villainy involves 80s tunes.
Brilliant.
Like, he is entirely for us, the adults in the audience. That's what he's there for.
That does sound pretty
Because
awesome,
no child
to
is
be
going to
fair.
understand what an 80s throwback is.
No, not
No
at all.
small child.
Not-
But, you know, they've got minions, so it's fine.
just chuck in the minions.
Fucking
for-
Minions.
But actually, do you know what? There's probably less minions than you'd expect. It's not a minion-driven film.
I guess because it's
No.
about the two brothers.
It is.
And
And it does
plus they're
focus
planning
on-
on a second Minions movie.
They're focusing. It does very much focus on the two characters, but also Kristen Wiig's character and obviously the girls from the first 2 movies. They're involved as well. But Trey Parker, yeah, kills it. And
That
Russell
guy's
Brand's in
just
there
got-
as well, and Steve Coogan, and there's.
I was going to say, Trey Parker's just got funny bones, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
whatever
is.
he does.
But for a movie that's 4 in now in that franchise,
Yeah.
it hasn't like died on its arse, and you know, like Ice Age for example, and I was just like, why are we doing this a 5th time around? With Despicable Me 3, I didn't.
Well, Ice Age was
it's worth
good,
an easy 3 out.
And then it was meh. And then it was good because I liked the third one.
Yeah, we did like the 3rd one. Yeah.
Simon Pegg stole that entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was fucking shit.
Because I have an awful
The second one
memory,
was fucking shit because of Queen Latifah. Right, and
I
then
have an awful memory, so I can't actually remember which ones I've seen.
Simon Pegg's in the 5th one, but he's
Yeah, he's not in the 4th one. That's the one with the fucking pirates, isn't it?
yeah.
Pirates on an iceberg.
But then the 5th one,
Jesus fucking
I think it's
Christ.
the only good thing. I don't know. Ray Romano as well. I love Ray Romano.
the thing
Oh,
about those
yeah.
movies is it's like they forget there's a human race. Yet the whole first movie was about fucking reconnecting a child to the human race.
Mm.
And then they never ever mention humans ever again.
ever. Actually, talking about Ray Romano, Ray Romano, I'm so excited.
If I could do the eyebrow thing, I would.
The next week, hopefully, I'm seeing a movie called The Big Sick, which I'm really excited about because it's an Apatow production.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's about an Indian guy who
Let me see if this
is
puts
an
him
Uber
off
driver, and he meets a girl, and they hit it off, and it's all wonderful, and they decide that, you know, this might work out, and then actually, stumbling block, he's got to go into an arranged marriage, which causes friction in the relationship.
What
this is
a
all like,
shitter.
this is the plot setup, but then the kind of, this is all in the trailer, by the way, I haven't seen it yet. The kicker to this is that she then unfortunately has an accident and ends up in a coma. And he feels responsible, so stays by her bedside. And her parents, played by Ray Romano and Holly Hunter, turn up. And then this kind of weird comedy relationship develops between them because they're like trying to figure out who he is and he's trying to figure out who they are. And it's kind of a nice love story.
You can watch the trailer.
But yeah, it's an Apatow production, so
it might be good.
It might.
not.
Yeah, well, there is that. I love Apatow stuff.
Sorry, what was
Like,
that called?
It's called The Big Sick.
I do, right?
Well, that
But-
sounds nice and cheerful, doesn't
Like,
it? Oh my god.
it's just got
50%.
rated fresh on Rotten
50%.
Tomatoes. Sorry, that's the reason why I brought it up.
50% on Apatow. I am with his actual directorial stuff.
Okay.
You know, because
He's not directed, it's just produced it.
then it's probably going to be quite good.
Yeah, it's just been certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
So like when he did Knocked Up, brilliant. 40-Year-Old Virgin, brilliant. Funny People, well, they forgot to add funny people to that movie. Like a movie about stand-up comedy should have been quite funny. You know, it really wasn't funny at all. What else was there? This Is 40 was kind of, it had funny moments, but generally it was like an hour too long.
I think,
And I find that with a lot of Apatow stuff is generally it's a little bit too long.
yeah,
Like,
I think with this it's good.
he should be doing television like Freaks and Geeks in that sort of format.
I love that
because
show.
he can tell an extended story, and I don't think film gives him enough time, so he ends up making his movies too long. I think given a mini-series or television series, he could do so much more and so much better.
I think so. But
People think Judd Apatow think out-and-out outrageous comedies, and that's not what he makes.
no. And this he only produces this movie, but this movie looks like an
He
even
produces
balance
out-and-out outrageous comedies.
Okay,
does.
it looks like a nice balance between comedy, but there's also a nice love story in there, and it's quite dramatic, and there's a balance of all things. And people are absolutely, the people that have been treated to an early screening have absolutely loved it, and it's coming up nicely.
And everyone else will probably watch it on DVD.
Well,
But you never know.
No, I do know. It's the
it's
way
not
these
opening.
things go.
It's not opening.
It's the
till
way
August.
these things go.
It's
Like,
not opening till
unfortunately.
August. Well, I'll let you know.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it is the way things go because
it's not a spectacle movie.
It's not a spectacle movie, and we will have Netflix or Amazon, or in America they've got Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and other services as well, which I'm sure eventually will come out over here. You know,
I think Hulu will come here eventually.
I think
That
Hulu
seems.
will-
I think that's the next one.
Isn't it?
No,
No, I think
still
Hulu will
in
be the next
UK.
one to make it over here.
Yeah, they'll be the next big one.
Because that's huge in the States.
And
Absolutely massive.
as I say, like they're releasing big movies every week.
Yeah,
it's
they
not-
are original productions.
They're no longer just worrying about where they're getting stuff from other studios. They're now studios doing very legitimate stuff in their own right.
they've gone from being an online video rental.
So
store
you don't need to go and see
essentially
the new movie at the cinema on a Friday because you've got the
Yeah.
new movie at home, which you've already paid for. So
Yeah, and they're doing now multi-platform release at the same time, aren't they? You know, for example, like I think wasn't Jawbone one of those releases where you see it at the cinema for 1 week and it was straight on DVD, Blu-ray, and
this is why only your franchises are making money. Because people have invested enough time. As I said last week when we talked about The Mummy, the reason that the Dark Universe is going to fail is people don't want a fucking new franchise.
because they've got too many other franchises.
There's
to
too
follow.
many new franchises
I
already,
want
and
a
I think The Mummy
dark
probably
one.
performed better if they hadn't have realised it was going to be part of another 16 fucking movies they've got to watch afterwards.
You just reminded me of the fucking news article that said they want to make James Bond a cinematic universe. I fucking thought it already was.
So did I.
How can you do that?
What the
Because
fuck?
it is.
Yeah, it is. We want to make a James Bond universe. I was like,
That's one of those moments.
but it is already.
And why do they always reference his wife died?
Yeah, exactly. That means they're connected and shit.
Even though
the
she died
fuck?
like fucking 40 odd years ago.
I know.
Why are we
Unless what they mean is they want to make spin-off things with other characters.
Oh no, they were going to do that before with fucking Halle Berry. Do you remember that was nearly a thing? The fucking
Domino
Jinx movie,
or whatever her name was.
Jinx.
That's it.
Fuck
Thank you.
that shit. Like,
Yeah.
no,
James
let's
Bond doesn't need spin-offs. We don't need an M spin-off. We don't need a Q spin-off. We don't need any of that. James Bond should just be James Bond. We don't need James Bond spin-offs. The only thing you could have ever done it with is there could have been an American series for Felix Leiter, and you probably could have got away with that. And I would do it as a TV series. If you're going to do a Felix Leiter thing, I would do it as a TV series that runs alongside the movies.
Every now and again, Daniel Craig, whoever it is now, turns up in it.
You can just reference Bond. Yeah, you don't have to
That
have it in
would
it.
be so boring.
What, Felix Leiter? No, I think Felix Leiter's an interesting character.
I'm not into all
Yeah,
that.
I think I'd watch
I'm
a Felix Leiter. I'd give it a go.
He's the most consistent comeback character throughout all of Bond history.
We watched
He's
the whole fucking
the American
movie about...
counterpart of Bond, you know, so...
Yeah.
We watched the
That would be
whole
good. You
Ian
break the
Fleming movie.
microphones.
Yes, I am sorry.
Was it two? What if it...
It's only this bit. Right, it goes back on.
She's done that thing where she's going, they're talking about James Bond now, I need something to fiddle with and go over here.
I'm just going to break everything.
So who do you want to be the next Bond? 'Cause I don't
Who
think
do
Craig's gonna
I
do it.
want to be the next Bond? Well,
Tom Hardy.
But do you?
If these on screen, yes. yes.
I don't know.
I think he's too stocky. And he makes a lot of money.
Yeah,
out
but
of
he
being
can
stocky.
slim down.
I know he can, but that's a lot to ask him to do every year, like every couple of years, to slim down
I
to that one
think-
role so he can get back into the other roles.
I think that it's an interesting question.
I think it should
I
definitely
change
be,
my mind every time we discuss it, so I don't know.
I think it should be definitely, though, a proper English actor. Not...
Or Scottish.
Or
Welsh.
But
or
not.
Irish.
But I just mean not an American.
Is Clive Owen
It
too old
should-
now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
And,
terrible...
Clive Owen should have always been Bond.
and a couple
He
of
was-
years ago-
He looks like Bond.
A couple of years ago, I would have said Gerard Butler.
I would have said.
But
I'm
again,
starting to get to the point where I'm starting to think is Gerard Butler.
Is he getting a bit too old for that as
He'd
well?
still be great. It would have
think
been
he
a
would
nice
be.
choice a couple of years ago. But back when it came down, don't get me wrong, I love what Daniel Craig did with it, and he's a great actor. But back when they announced Daniel Craig over Clive Owen, I couldn't believe what the fuck I was hearing.
Yeah, he doesn't. When you think of James Bond, Daniel Craig doesn't spring to mind at all.
No, but
that
now
kind
I
of
think he's
look.
paid his dues on that.
Oh, you're right there.
Just,
Okay.
Yeah.
hi. I'm just going to...
Just have a sit, don't worry about me.
He's just going to slide off the chair.
Okay,
It'll be
that's
fine.
fine.
But
See,
yeah,
he was
Just
so
like this for a
disappointed.
while.
He was so disappointed.
It almost killed me.
He was
Especially
so...
after Sin City. I thought off the back of Sin City, there's no way they're not going to fucking give him this role.
He so disappointed that he fell off his fucking chair.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, well, yeah. I is it too late now for Clive Owen? Is that a serious question?
I think it is.
Maybe.
I think it is.
It's a crying shame.
But the other perspective ones, a lot of those guys are probably too young.
Yeah, there's no one kind of in the middle,
you
is
can't
there?
be too young to be Bond. I think you've got to be like late 30s, 40s.
You've got to have.
You've got to be about 40.
Absolutely. To really buy into that character. Craig has not said
Thinking.
indefinitely that he's finished though.
I thought he did.
No, he said he didn't want to fucking talk about the possibility of a next Bond when he just
Oh,
spent
okay.
fucking
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's fair
2
enough.
years, a year or so of
Yeah,
his
but
life.
he's done quite a
That
few
one
now.
project.
Get someone new in.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
He hasn't passed it on or released it, and he hasn't been released from a contract or anything like that. In fact, they want him to stay.
Yeah, of course they do, because the box office reflects that people will go and see it, and he's one of those reasons why that is happening.
Mm-hmm. Skyfall and Spectre performed spectacularly. Skyfall, I think, is still the best one.
I still think it's one of the best Bond films in the last 50 years.
Yeah, it is spectacular.
It's awesome.
Spectacular. No.
Spectre.
No.
No.
Oh no.
No Bond puns.
No.
But yeah, Casino Royale was kind of okay. Quantum of Solace was a load of shit. And then Skyfall was pretty good, because they went, oh, fuck doing that trilogy, it's obviously bollocks. Because it was supposed to be a trilogy. Of
It
movies,
was, that's right.
Which was a weird fucking idea in the beginning.
I just
apparently they've
can't
never
get
done a
into.
cinematic universe.
I like some of the old Bonds. I just can't get into the new ones. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They just bore me. I think it's kind of nowadays in a lot of like action films, they concentrate on all the effects and the CGI and the explosions, and they put more effort into that than the plot.
See, that's why
And,
Skyfall works, because it's very well written.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that's down to John Logan, who's a fabulous writer.
Skyfall's just a love letter to Bond for 50 years. That's all it is.
John Logan's a very...
I've used that
talented
term a lot actually today.
Yeah,
You
it
have?
is. But it is, yeah.
Can you write me a love letter?
I was very excited by the prospect of John Logan taking on some of the writing, because he'd done Last Samurai, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And a lot of, he's got a really strong CV, and that excited me, the idea that he would do it. And he did. I think he did a great job. And then with Spectre, they kind of tried to tie up that trilogy, didn't they?
Yeah.
And make it all connect.
What about, what's his face?
Oh, yeah, like
Fast and the Furious dude.
Fast and Furious, dude.
Fast and the Furious dude.
Which one?
Dracula.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else.
His fucking name. Sorry, I am so off the board today.
Fast and the Furious dude. Let's look through all the Fast and the Furious
What
dudes.
else was he in?
Who have we got?
He was in Fast and Furious 8 as well.
Yeah, but what else? What?
Jason Statham.
No, his Jason Statham's brother.
Oh!
From
Luke
Dracula
Evans!
Unbound.
Oh
Luke
yeah.
Evans. Thank you. If you said Dracula Unbound, I would have said Luke Evans.
Fucking Dracula
was
and Fast and the
think-
Furious.
Yeah, but there's
What other
lots of
connection
Draculas.
is? Not that I'm in Fast and the Furious. Oh yeah.
I knew.
Can't move for the fucking Christopher Lees in fucking.
Oh yeah, Gary
See, I
Oldman.
knew the film you were talking about, but for some reason I had Dominic.
Yeah, Luke Evans. What do you
Dominic,
think?
what's his face?
Cooper. Luke Evans as James Bond.
Is
Dominic
he-
Cooper would
is
be.
he a bit
give him
young?
give him another 5. Like,
He
give him
would
another
be
10
good, yeah.
years, Dominic Cooper would be a great choice.
Which
for
is
Bond.
great because he played Ian Fleming.
I know.
But do you not
Which makes
think?
that work.
Yeah.
I know.
And he's been Howard Stark, and Howard Stark is often a very Bond-esque,
I know that
character.
Luke Evans. He looks quite young.
But he
I know he's not, but
Yeah.
he does look quite baby-faced still. I think.
No,
Luke
I think he'd be
Evans.
quite good. I think.
That idea is sitting quite well with me.